Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a brand new video from us here at Delta T Racing. My name is DTR and as always, we'll hopefully be able to assist you all in mastering all of the tracks on F1 2021. And today's track brings us to Australia, where we'll be beginning our Season 1 races. Now if anyone is interested in league racing or joining a sim racing community that spans much more than just F1, check out the links in the description or send us a message on any of our socials. We can help you join our league and compete in either a casual or more serious league, because we've got it all covered. Now just the same as the last video, I need to be clear that I did not set this time. This lap was once again set by our very own DTR Hotlapper, Mr. Shabby 2K. So let's jump straight into the setup and see how the car is suited to this track. Alright, so Shabby setup. Starts off with the aerodynamics with a front wing aero of 9 and a rear wing aero of 5. Now I'd recommend in races possibly sticking it up one notch on each of them to a 10 and 6, but for one lap pace and if you're feeling risky, stick to the 9.5 as Shabby has done here. Now the transmission is 80 on the differential on throttle and then 55% on the differential off throttle. The suspension geometry is the old famous right, left on the camber and toe. The suspension is 3/4 on the front and rear with the anti-roll bars at 7 and 4, which is slightly unusual, but a front end grip is very key around Australia. And then the front ride height is 3 with the rear ride height as 6. Now the brakes are 89% on the brake pressure and then 56% on the front brake bias. The tyres on the front are both 23.4 psi and then the rear ones are 23.1 psi. Then let's get straight into the hot lap, see how the man does it. Now you want to start the lap with as much speed as possible, so you want to be up to 8th gear as you pass in the start finish straight, and you want to be preparing on the left hand side to drop down to 5th, cutting the first corner and coming right across the second corner and then drifting wide onto the right hand side, opening the DRS and then getting to the left hand side on the straight, preparing for a hard braking zone all the way down to 2nd gear and then up to 3rd, staying in 3rd but then hitting it up to 4th gear on the short shift on the apex. Now making sure you don't clip too many curves on that section and then preparing for this hard braking down into 4th and caking as much curve as possible on both the entry and exit to the corner. Riding the long speed right hander and then preparing for this tricky little section here, dropping down to 4th gear, making sure you don't lose the rear, and then nice long left hander, staying to the left hand side, then moving over to the right, dropping it down to 6th but trying to keep as much speed as possible, cutting the corners as best you can, and then getting out to 7th, just making sure you don't lose that rear because it's so easy to do. In this corner you want to be dropping down to 4th, clipping the apex, get as much curve as you can on exit, dropping it down to 5th here, just a little squirrely there from Shabby, so I'm sure he's got an extra 10th or 2 here, dropping it down to 2nd, 3rd, 4th and then short shifting up to 5th, and again making sure you get as much exit as you possibly can down the straight, and there it is, a 119.3 from Mr. Shabby 2K. Just cannot get my head around how much speed he carries through those corners. Let us know down below if this has helped you out and what your thoughts are on the video, and please like and subscribe to support these videos because there'll be plenty more coming in the near future. Next up is Japan, which will be our 2nd race in our 1st season of F1 2021. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.